transmission incoming. Connected.
Welcome to episode 18 of Rogue and Blaster podcast. Thanks for joining us. Today our main topic is Warhammer 40k more fun when you stop trying to be good at it? Just looking at the painting, hobbying and gaming side of it. We'll be looking at a couple of Grimdark Would You Rather, and stick around to the end to see who is fighting who and out who would win.
I have one artist one and I have one gaming one. So we'll start with the gaming one, as I am a gamer at heart. Would you rather play in a GT, 5 games this is, so put a bit of back stuff into it. So it's a GT 5-game event, 2 days. Would you rather win the event but have 5 horrible games? Yeah. Or have or lose the event 5-0 but have 5 great games?
Question?
Go on, Dan.
Goes in nicely with this, I suppose.
A question
What
from the
is
audience.
the definition of a bad game?
So, right,
Is this a horrible opponent? Is this a boring game? Or?
Basically, it is a horrible opponent on the bad games, and it's just not very interactive, not very fun for you.
Okay.
But you win. Every single game you win, and you win the event.
I would lose, but with 5 fun games. It's basically how I play the game now, anyway.
Yeah, but you're beating James now, so you're all right.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
What about you, James?
I think I'd rather win, because I'm never going to get a taste of a win any other way. So if it means...
You literally won on Thursday.
No, but winning a whole GT...
Yeah, winning a GT comes with a certain level of prestige. You start getting interviews. You start getting interviews with Art of War and all sorts of things, don't you?
I think it's a one-off. I mean, it wouldn't be... Yeah, it would be a bit unpleasant, but I think I would go to win the GT just this once, just to taste victory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm totally with that as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Just get the win. Get the win.
Yeah.
And then you can enjoy your non-competitive games.
Yeah, I would also go for the win, because as long as I am good for those 5 games, it doesn't matter how my opponent is. You know what I mean? As long as I'm the better person for all 5 of those games, that's fine.
You're always the better person, Connor. You're always you can just rise above it.
I'm the better person, as in not in the player, as in just as a person.
Just as a human.
Just in general.
Human.
Just in general, yes. Nice to see, you know what I mean? There we go. Nice, easy one. I have it. Go on, Steve. Fire away.
Sorry, just an important point I need to interject with here. James, you've got definite Bond villain vibes going on right now with the, yeah. For those that are just listening rather than watching, James has got a dog on his lap, small dog, and he's stroking it like a Bond villain would stroke his evil cat.
Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, Connor.
It's all right. I do have a painting one, but I also have a tiny game one. It's not a would you rather, but it is in the same way. So I'm just going to, it's going to be slightly different. I'll shoot out there. Would you rather want to play on stream or off stream? You go to a GT, let's say UKTC want to host your game, or War Games Live want to host your game. Other vendors are available. Would you rather want to play on stream or not?
As in being filmed?
Yeah. Would you like live? Would you rather play live on stream or not? Because there are people who refuse to play live.
Well, if it was the scenario where I was going to win 5, stream away.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if it's now. You don't know whether you're going to win or lose going into the game.
Yeah.
Would you rather be on
streaming
stream
for
or
me,
not?
please? No.
No.
Definitely not. No, not with my lack of knowledge. No.
I wouldn't mind that. It'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
Even if you do get smashed, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be up for it.
I would be well.
Yeah, we know you would, James.
I would absolutely. I would
being streamed, am I?
I'd love it. There you go. Would you rather paint for 24 hours straight, right? But if you make one minor mistake, when I say a minor mistake, like let's say when you're doing an armor panel and you slip, it goes into another one, you're not allowed to change any. You can't do it. You can't change it. You can't top it. You can't tidy it up. So 24 hours straight, you can't tidy up any mistakes. And this is for a commissioned army that someone's paid you lots of money for. do a golden demon entry in 6 hours.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. I'm interested
know
in
where to
James.
start.
I'm interested in James's take here.
You get a black rattle can out, you spray it a
Mm.
bit, you splash on a bit of white, you blob on some oil. 6 hour golden
Just some
demon
oil.
for me. 6 hours
Yeah.
sounds like ages. I'll have it done in a little bit less time than that.
It's not too bad for you, James, but for that Stephen, who is well known in the artist world now, he if he has to do a 6-hour paint job for Golden Demon, and that's going to be seen by everyone, so he's going to shit himself in 6
Yeah.
hours to see whether or not that's going to be good.
How
or not.
many hours? How many hours do people actually put into one of those entries? What's the kind of what were you
The
talking?
winning entries, you're looking at between like 150 and 300 hours.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, they look incredible. Though.
It's intense, isn't it? Yeah, it's really intense.
And I don't mean you could just do a
Crikey.
grot. It's got to be a character at least.
Yeah, and they all need like the winners tend to have like a custom sculpt as well, and yeah, just 100%. Just I'll do the army in 24 hours without being able to correct it, because at the end of that, you probably wouldn't. If it's an army altogether, you probably wouldn't be able to spot the mistakes. You would if you picked them up, but yeah, I couldn't allow a golden demon entry with my name on it.
And you got 6 hours.
And here's Steve's Beck's entry, and looks like he spent about half an hour on this. Thanks, Steve. Yeah. That brings me out in a cold
But
sweat.
the annoying thing is, what you can do in 6 hours would probably take me about 40 hours to do.
Oh, no, that's a massive exaggeration. But it's just practice, isn't it? It's like anything. You just practice enough, you get quicker. You go. I mean, Matt is evidence of that. How quick is he rattling out his Votan army?
Very, very
They
quick.
nearly finished now.
And
And
he
each
smashed
one
out 3
looks better
rampages in
than the
between
last.
that as well.
Yeah. Unreal.
Go on, Dan.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Dan, what do you reckon?
It'd probably just be same as everyone else, to be honest. 24 hours of painting, because also like I collect Tyranids and I paint with a lot of animal washes. I'm quite used to making mistakes and going, this will be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Adds
fine.
character.
Yeah, and also then at the end of that 24 hours, you've got like an army you can use.
Yeah,
it's great rather than just like one model.
Yeah, one model which you then wouldn't be that happy with.
Painted
Don't
army.
forget, this 24 hours isn't for you. This 24 hours on that painting is not for you. This is for a customer that's paid you.
Oh yeah.
This is why
but then we're getting paid, so
you are getting
get
paid.
some money out of it, so that's good. Yeah. He probably will want a refund after 24 hours, but what is this crap?
Nice.
All right, there you go.
Cheers, Connor.
Thanks,
Thanks,
it's a little bit different today. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and thanks, Dan. Appreciate your
That's
one.
all right, guys. Anytime.
Really
Anytime.
like that.
Really, really happy with it.
All right, so our main topic today was is Warhammer 40k more fun when you stop trying to be good? It sort of ties in a little bit with recent tournaments and stuff we've been doing, talking about Golden Demon as well, like some of our yearly goals. We've all got kind of like yearly goals that are about achieving something, being a bit better than where we are. So what do we think? And what do we think? What do we find as being good as well? Because that could mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
That's the difference. Because I think for me, obviously it's more the gaming side of stuff. I do want to win some games. Like I need to try to win. I don't think this year I went to, I don't know, say 6 tournaments and lost every single game. I don't think I'd find it enjoyable, even if they were good, fun games. I think it would sort of grind me down. But there's a difference between having the odd win and then, keeps you going, keeps you excited, rather than me setting a goal of something being too high, trying to be good. I think you're right. I think that kind of puts too much pressure on and it becomes a bit of a chore. And even the top players, they say they don't go into a tournament expecting to win or trying to win. Now, whether that's true or not, I'm not so sure. But that is
I
the
call
mindset.
bullshit on some of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think that is the mindset that you should have, because otherwise, I think it becomes very stressful. The last tournament I was at, 3 different people I was chatting to, all far more experienced than me, all play for years and years and years, and have all been good at one point or another. Have all been burnt out from just the effort of trying too hard and all getting too much, and then it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
One of them's taken a massive break. One of them sidestepped to some other game systems like Age of Sigmar and stuff, and just dropped 40k completely for a while. And the other one started playing team tournaments because he still enjoys the game, but the pressure's not all on him. He's not thinking, I have to win every one of these games. Because in a team, if you lose by 5 points, that might still be a good result. Whereas when you're on your own, that's a defeat, and that's that. It's just a loss against your name. So I think it is
When you
real.
say they're getting burnt out, what are people actually doing? Is it just like you're consistently playing, or you're like absorbing loads of knowledge, watching podcasts and stuff, or where is that actually coming from?
They were playing too much from the sound of it, and a mixture of sort of playing on a tabletop and with tabletop simulator. And I think that probably, in a way, it adds to the stress for some of these guys because they can play a game every night.
Yeah, and then I suppose if you're in those upper levels, I imagine there's a certain amount of self-worth then tied into whether or not you win or lose. So if you're potentially every night just putting your ego on the line, and then if that goes well, then great. But if it goes poorly, then you're going to be like lying in bed trying to fall asleep and be like, fuck, I should have done this, or I should have put this there, or something like that.
Yeah,
interesting.
Do you suppose aiming this more at James and Connor playing competitively, but do you either of you guys see that scenario in your future, like feeling burnt out about it?
I don't have the time to get burnt out with 40k. If that makes sense. If my entire job was 40k and all I ever played was 40k, and I was playing tabletop simulator every night, going to every single event, that I probably would burn me out after a while. I'm not going to lie, but going to 4 events a year, playing once a week, that'll never burn me out in this hobby. Never.
Yeah.
It's the tabletop simulator part that burns people out, in my opinion.
Because you lack so much of that social aspect, which I think is probably one of the like bigger benefits from doing it. And so if you don't actually have someone across for you, then I imagine it's easier to get bogged down in like rules as written or little annoyances and stuff, rather than just being like, oh, I lost, but I had fun. It becomes maybe much more about that win-lose dynamic. I might be wrong here. I've never played the TTS.
To answer the whole conversation as a whole, the whole topic, I feel like getting better in yourself at the game makes it more fun. If you see an improvement in yourself, you feel like you've achieved something. Like Dan, for example, you've now managed to beat James. You're all getting better as a player, aren't you? So there we go, 3 times. Look at that. So Dan's slowly becoming the better player, James. So you need to get your stuff together.
We're judged. We're judged on our latest results.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say there's 2 different types of being good. Being good at the game is fun. It's that sweaty fun where you will min-max every part of your list. You will make sure you math hammer everything out. You will bring a list that is not enjoyable for anybody else to play into. That sort of thing. And you will play super strict. Like, if you don't do any take-backs, if you don't do this or that. But the really, really good players in this game are very forgiving. The idea, somebody said this to me the other day, I quite like, both of you are playing against the game. It is for you two to interpret the rules together and to make sure make sure both of you base the best, play the best that you both can. So if I forgot to deep strike something in, I was obvious going to deep strike in. Let them do it. Yeah. That's a simple thing. The idea that 40k is a hard game. It's not an easy game. It's a hard. Everybody forgets things like that. Could it also be you and your opponent should always be on that same level. If I was to spot, if you said to me, I'm going to cleanse at the start of my turn and goes to shoot, I will remind you that you were going to cleanse with that unit. Simple as that. That's what anyone will do. And if you've shot a couple of little shots and not done anything, I will still let you have the cleanse. It's just it's a what's the word? There's etiquette. So
It's
as long
also,
as you,
if you're truly top level playing with this kind of thing, not letting someone do a take back or some small thing like that, and that's not going to win you the match, or
No.
it shouldn't be winning you the match. Like if you're that good that you are playing on these top tables, like your battle plan shouldn't hinge around like just doing that. Yeah,
That's a nice mindset, O'Connor.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's you two against the game system. That's how I play it as. So, I am there to help my opponent make the best decisions they can make against me. Like, I'm not going to give them the game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say you should absolutely move that unit over there and kill me. I'm not. That's different. I'm saying some little things like, don't forget I've got flamers there. Don't forget I've got this unit in deep strike. Don't forget I can reactive move after doing this. That sort of thing. Don't forget I'm all operative. Etc. Don't forget about your secondary. Simple things like that. Just the little things.
It seems to me if you don't do that and you win, it's kind of like a hollow victory,
It's
isn't
a whole victory, yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
There is certain
'Cause you think-
things. There is a limit. Like if you're going to put a stratagem on a unit to give you sustained hits, but you've rolled the first set of 20 dice and you've got 7 6s in there, I'm not letting you have that because you've rolled to see what the result is and then you put the stratagem on. I would say yes, you can do that, but you've got to re-roll that set of dice, which is
roll again.
which is fair.
Yeah, that's the fair way to do it.
There's a line to it, and people shouldn't try and take your generosity and turn you into a mug.
Yeah,
And people should never be afraid to ask for if I'm re-rolling this dice or my opponent's asking how you were able to re-roll that dice isn't being passive aggressive. It's a learning opportunity for you. If I re-roll a dice and somebody asks me why am I doing that, I'm more than happy to explain that because there's a lot of rules and stuff, and so it keeps you honest as well.
Yeah, because I think me and James, we do that quite a bit in our matches sometimes where, and even though we've played each other like pretty regularly now, there's definitely points where like me or you would query the other one, like why is that being rolled or what is actually needed to be done here? And it's not like I'm not there trying to catch James out. It is just very much like, wait, which rule have I missed? What have I forgotten? What do I need to figure out? Yeah.
Yeah. And you're learning, aren't you? You're learning as well.
Yeah. So are we almost get the impression is like, in terms of going back to the question, it seems to be a certain level of good when it seems to be when, the exhaustion kicks in because you're trying to reach this crazy high level of good. But then if you just set your level of good wherever you want it to be based on how much you actually enjoy doing it anyway.
I know that I will never be in the top 10 of the world or in the UK. I don't have the time for that. The people that are going to be the top 10 and top 20 in the world are, let's be brutally honest, aren't normal 9 to 5 people working a job. Like, I couldn't do it. James couldn't do it. Maybe when he retires, he could do it. Go for it, James. Dan or you, Stephen, couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Because we've got jobs, we've got families, we've got kids, etc., etc. It doesn't work like that. The people that are doing this or that can go to every single GT, like they get paid for it. They have good YouTube channels. They get sponsored. Like the entire Art of War crew, I guarantee you, the majority of them get paid through Art of War. They're not got a job on the side, probably not.
Theoretically, Connor, when this podcast takes off and it's bringing in like through Patreon enough to pay us all a monthly wage where we don't have to work 9 to 5s anymore, would you feel like, but genuinely,
what was that
like,
just went past your window, Dan?
Look like a pig.
A bird? All right, so I've had him for so long, Jesus.
I'm glad James was on my wavelength.
Yeah.
If somebody paid
But
me $2,000 a month after tax to go to play Warhammer I would go to every single event, and I would aim to do well. I reckon
would you then get burned out? Do you think?
No, I think I'd love it because you're doing what you love. You're doing what you love. I suppose the pressure is that if somebody's sponsoring me and I do shit, then
because you'd probably be sponsored by the Rogue and Blasted podcast.
That's what I mean. So
if you do poorly, Steve's going to be.
Absolutely, as long as you're entertaining to watch, that's the main thing, really, isn't it?
You're always going to be entertaining to watch, Connor. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
We could
about
strap
it.
a little GoPro to him.
Yes.
I would love that. I would absolutely
just
love
a little
that.
mic and GoPro.
Just him like
You know
cursing
what,
under
right?
his breath.
I might,
Yeah.
I might get a little GoPro for
Fucking
Manchester,
dudes.
right? Just like put it on,
Please
you can
do.
put it on your top there, and I will send the raw footage to Dan. And I'll let him complicate it and find it on YouTube. There you go. And it'll be a lot of swearing. I'm not gonna lie.
Just like Connor, please remember to turn it off when you go to the toilet.
No promises.
Yeah.
No promises.
I think I think I was about to say with the modern internet, I'm such a dinosaur. Like the internet still feels new to me.
We for you.
But but it does really help us fall into that trap of comparing ourselves to everybody else, doesn't it? Like we know that social media does that with our lifestyles. It does do it with this hobby as well, because I mean, I'm guilty of that on the painting side of it. I'll scroll Instagram and I'll see all these amazing paint jobs, and I'll just, if I'm not careful, it will make me look at my work and just think, oh, well, that looks crap.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to ground yourself sometimes and think, no, you need to not compare yourself to others. You need to just look at your own progress, and it's got to be the same for gaming as well, surely.
Even some of the best players in the world have bad weeks as well. You know what I mean? You know, as long as you enjoy the game, you know, that's the main thing.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry. It's interesting to hear, Steve, you talking about the painting side of it, because obviously I would say that's almost got the potential to be more frustrating when you're trying to be good at it. Because like you said, there's always going to be someone who's much better than you that you can see evidence of in like 20 seconds by just opening your phone. And then you're also dedicating so much time to it. And then you can also ruin something by just like, oh, I missed a step or dropped in null or something along those lines.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose visually it's very quick to just look at another paint job, and within 5 seconds that can just... Okay, I'll give you a concrete example. So I painted Farsight a few years back, like pushed myself further than I'd done with any other paint job. Really, really happy with it. It was when Farsight was quite...
The red one, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was a while back, and I was really happy with it. You know, the customer was super happy. So that was it. Drew a line under it. I was very happy. It was a 10 out of 10 for me. But Farsight was new, and so around about that time, lots of big names in the painting world were then putting out their versions online. And I remember literally the same time I posted mine, I was scrolling down the feed and just saw someone, and I can't even remember whose it was. It might have been Darren Latham. I can't remember, but he had just posted his version of Farsight, and it was just so beyond the one that I had done, and it just made me feel really crap about my one. And it's stupid looking back, because it was a step forward in what I was doing, but it did make me think, oh, I'm so far away from being that top tier that it made me feel shit about what I'd done. So you do have to be quite careful, especially with commission work, because you're not working to be as good as you possibly can be. You're working towards, right, well, I should give this project 10 hours because that's what it's paid me to do. How good can I get it in 10 hours? Not, I'm going to sit here for 100 hours, because then, you know, the maths doesn't make sense. But
yeah.
So
do you find that quite difficult to do? Like when you, especially if you like a model and you're like, I have multiple commissions, I have like a family and work, but I'm really enjoying this. Like, is it quite difficult sort of limiting yourself in that respect, or do you sometimes just let yourself go over it? Or
I probably go over the top with pretty much every commission, because they're always in the back of your mind. You're thinking,
you do. Yeah.
Do you think? Well, you're thinking.
I've got an example, right? You painted my commander at fine detail, right? Looks incredible, fantastic job, right? Then you also painted the crisis suits that were originally meant to be you. And I'm sorry, Stephen, if you're telling me that's a standard paint job, you can piss off. But it's not a standard. You know it isn't. That was not a standard. You did not do that at standard, because it looks almost identical to the commander itself. So So he does go
We're
over
getting
that.
some nice little
Yeah.
adverts out of this
He did,
podcast,
yeah.
Steve. This is
but so that was just my own pride, I
He loves
suppose,
me,
really
that's why.
getting
He
in the
loves
way.
me,
I
you
was
see.
just like,
All right.
and
It's just 'cause it was Connor.
It was a special customer.
Mate,
It was a
great.
special customer. Yeah. Yeah. But that's a good example. That's a good
Yeah.
example, especially when, is at the end of the day, I always picture someone picking those models up or receiving them in the post, and you don't want them to be disappointed ever. Just even on a personal level, I'd never want that.
Yeah.
Like, let alone from a
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
perspective. And not everyone thinks about it like that, but yeah, for me, I definitely would rather do a little bit too much than not quite enough.
Yeah.
So.
And to integrate that back into the question a little bit that we got asked at the start, there is a trade-off between being good at the game that I've noticed that I don't think I'd ever feel happy making that trade-off. Is the higher up you get, like I watch a guy called Tal Tactics, called John from America, fantastic Tal player, and if he ever listens to this, he will completely agree with what I'm about to say. Right, he's one of the best Tal players in the world, right? But he said on himself on stream, he is not a hobbyist. He's there purely for the game. And when I'm watching him and he's got like a hammerhead that is the base is painted, but the ion gun is completely black still, it just makes my heart, my soul hurt a little bit. you know what I mean? It ruins the higher up you get, the less hobby-esque goes into the armies I've seen, if that makes sense. There is some gorgeous armies out there, and there is probably some people out there that have really good armies that are painted gorgeously at a high level.
Yeah.
I would say a few of them are probably commission painted, but like because the big studios can do that. Like Art of War, I imagine, has some nice armies and stuff like that. But you will lose that the higher up you go. I would have to change the meta of my army, or if I was to become the top and I needed to put like 3 hammerheads on the board and I only have 1, I would have to make that sacrifice and get 2 hammerheads painted crappily just to bang on the board to use them, and I think it would hurt my soul a little bit.
So is that what stops you then from being a bit more kind of like meta based? Is it that you just, you don't want those units to be on the table badly painted, or is it that you just feel it's unsportsmanlike, or like it's not fun?
Bit of both. It's a bit of both, right? I would never pale with an unpainted model because I think it's bad luck, and that's superstitious me.
Okay.
I think it's bad juju. Bad juju. It always is bad juju.
Okay.
But like before I met you guys and everything, like my commissions were taking 5 months to get through, and the meta had completely changed, and it put me off commission painting for a little bit, thinking, well, I want to play with these models, but I won't be able to play with these models in 5 months because they're not good anymore. And I'm not saying that's that, but eventually you can get your whole army done, and you have enough selection that won't affect you. And I'm getting quite close to that myself now, to be fair, which is good. But being able to get something commissioned and be with you in a month and a half or 2 months, or sooner, because Matt seems to be a fucking insane genius when it comes to it, is incredible to be able to do. Like, it took him 2 weeks to make those rampages for me, 2 weeks to build and paint them, set me ready for Manchester. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Mind blowing.
Yes.
And they look so good as well.
It is. That's one of the things. If you want to get your stuff commission painted, the likelihood is you probably like a full army commission. Like, how long did it take you to do James? Army, Stephen, really? And that was at blasted level, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was blasted. So, but that was 3.5 months.
Yeah, that's good going for that's good going.
Yeah, but I mean, you had literally just emigrated to another country with a baby and a small child.
Yeah.
And, you had a lot.
I should have been quicker, James. Sorry.
Lot on your
should have been
plate.
quicker.
I mean, I think you would have been quicker if you hadn't had all of that on the go as well.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Some commission studios, I'm not naming any names here, but if you were to put a commission in, you'd be on a wait list for 6 months, and then it'll take you another 6 months to get. Well, if you're a gamer, that's not even going to appeal to you. What's the point in it?
Yeah.
If I want an army, I'd want it this year, preferably. I don't want it next year.
Yeah.
I could be dead next year. You know what I mean?
That's probably one of the most common questions I get when people ask me to paint stuff is, well,
can I get it before I die?
What's the... Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, it's just going to be finished before I die. Basically, yeah, they're asking, like, will I actually be able to get to use this year?
Yeah.
And James, you're kind of drifting into this now, aren't you? Because you've had your army for a few months. You're now wanting to make tweaks and stuff and experiment with other units. So you're kind of hitting this wall a bit now, aren't you? You're like, well, I don't paint, but I want to change my army. What do I do? Like, how?
Yeah, it's
You
a
know, you want
horrible
to
thing
be
to be able,
better, and
Yeah.
because you don't want to
Yes.
paint anything that's not going to match your army, do you? It will irritate you.
Yeah, I don't really want to. It made me a little bit sad the other day when I was considering putting some different models on the table. And if I was just practicing, that's different. If it was just practicing down at the gaming club and tournament in pool.
Yeah. Oh, we almost didn't mention it. Nice.
You're really pushing that.
Slipped it in there.
It wouldn't matter. It
I
wouldn't
should go
matter
down
if
with
it
a
was grey
GoPro.
or
Like
whatever.
bastard.
But yeah, I just sort of think, going to a tournament, I want all the Imperial Fists to look nice. They don't have to look identical.
Yeah.
You know, to have some sort of cohesion. I think you kind of almost go one way or the other. Either if you're a hobbyist, you'd want to have everything looking the same, or a gamer, you're going to have to commission someone to have everything looking the same, or you just have a complete hodgepodge. So then that's almost the feel of the army, that it's a little bit ragtag, sort of band of cronies that have been dragged together. I mean, it probably works better for certain. Actually, it probably works better for chaos, doesn't it? Or orcs.
Chaos can get away with it every day of the week.
Yeah, orcs
Yeah.
would be great for orcs. Yeah.
Even Eldar, because
You
a
could
lot
have
of the
different-
models are different colours, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
each of the fire dragon, dragons are always orange, scorpions are always green. You can go around it
Yeah.
that way.
And you can hide a little sins by just basing everything in the same way.
Yeah, I mean, this all makes me feel very. But yeah, I totally see your point. To zoom in on, so you're wanting to experiment with different units and different tactics, and maybe even like drifting into another faction. Like, why? Like, what is that? Because you want to start winning more games and get better at GTs, or is that just because you want to do it for fun? Like, what?
I
What's your
think
kind of
it's
thinking
both.
there?
I think it's partly when I started, which obviously it wasn't that long ago, started playing back in the autumn. I didn't realise how this meta thing that everyone talks about works, and it's not so much you needing a particularly super strong army, but you need an army that is good against what most other people are playing at the time. So you kind of need a bit of a selection so that you can, if you know that you're going to go to a tournament and there's going to be 50 people playing knights, you need some big anti-tank stuff or whatever it might be. So it's more wanting to have a bit of a variety. And other factions, I think that sort of lure, Slaneshi pull towards different factions. It's just the it's the different play styles. It's the thought of, I quite like the idea of being a World Eaters warband and just going total smashy bunga bunga. Or maybe, I quite like the idea of being Necrons. No, I don't know. No Necrons. But I think
Or
if
Custodes, maybe Custodes, James.
Yeah.
No. But I
Those
think
new
I'll
models,
choose
though,
something
I'm not
different.
gonna lie.
The new models
new
are
ones?
quite nice, I've got to say.
Oh, so
I've got
I
to
would
say.
go Dreadnought. I would happily play Custodians with those Dreadnoughts. I would no issue,
Yeah.
no problem
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Well, it's nice that
army
Games
to
Workshop
collect as
finally
well.
listened to our podcast.
Yeah.
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 That has made our podcast outdated now, though,
Yes,
because we do spend quite a lot of time in that one episode just slating the models, and now they're all
Yeah.
brand new.
I'd go silver as well. I don't even think I'd go gold.
Silver? Oof.
Yeah,
Flipping
with gold
heck.
trim though.
You've lost it. You've lost it. You've lost your
Drop
goal.
him out. He's done. So a lot of it, James, is just you want to. It's just like the entertainment factor. You want to try something different and approach a battle in a totally different way, and look at different models on the table.
Yeah, and I think also to
It's
some
not that you're
extent,
chasing the wind.
well, I think to some extent, I've realised that I'm like Connor said, I'm never going to be winning GTs because it's not going to be in my life. I've got other things I do. So even when I get better at playing the game, I'm only ever going to be winning 2 or 3 games at best when I go to tournaments. But I'd rather do that with some fun models or a bit of variety. That one week I might take a couple of land raiders, and the next week I'm going to take more infantry or whatever it might be.
But the good thing for
Just to
Space
keep it
Marines is
fresh for yourself.
the good thing as you as a Space Marine player is once you get that collection to a healthy amount, you can play any style that you want. It's one of the best armies to do whatever you want with. It just takes a while to get there.
Yeah.
Would you say, Connor, with your Tau at the moment, how many points have you got there? Do you reckon you'd be able to sort of completely change your style on a whim if you needed to?
I said to Steve when I first did commissioning with him, right, my goal was to have enough Tau to build any list I wanted, and I am so... Outside of crew, I've accepted I ain't doing the 120 crew carnivores. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I don't have the space. I don't want to do that. It's not my way. But almost every... I just need some tanks and a little bit more infantry, and I think I'm done. Maybe another commander, because I only have Commander Farsight and one other commander. So maybe one more commander with another squad of crisis, 2 hammerheads, and then some infantry, and I'm done. That's it. I'll have everything I need.
I mean, you say that now.
No, I think so. Obviously, the twin lances when they come out, that's different, and I can't tell you what GW is going to bring out in the future. But as of right now, I just need 2 hammerheads, the new stealth team that Matt's doing at the moment, another squad of Pathfinders.
Yeah.
And something else. Oh, yeah, and the commander in one more crisis suit, fully magnetized out with every single weapon option because I don't trust Games Workshop. Then I'll be happy.
Nice.
I'll be happy. I've got all the Riptides. I've got 3 Riptides. I've got the Storm Surge. I've got 6 crisis suits. I've got broadsides, piranhas, devilfish. I've got everything I need. Crew, auxiliaries. I've got plenty now. Maybe some more rampages, but like I said, I can change my list happily. I don't have an armored core yet. That's the only list for architect I can't do yet. So it needs to be sorted. I have them. They're in that. You can see them. You can see them there. They're right there. They're ready. They're there.
Is this just waiting for some free time with Matt to open up, or
It's waiting for me to financially recover, and then I'll
right? Okay.
Dan, with your Tyranids, like you've obviously, I mean, and it's classic how the start of this podcast, you're like, oh, I might buy 1 or 2 Tyranids, and as Connor pointed out a couple of weeks ago, it's like you now have a 2,000 point army.
Yeah.
What? And you're starting to win some battles now against your old enemy, the Imperial Fist. Like, where do you see? Well, I didn't mean it like that. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Where do you see your kind of playing / painting journey going? Are you still quite happy with it ticking over, or has this made you think, I want to get more into the playing side of it and get better, or I want to do more painting, or I'm going to make my army bigger? Or I know you've maybe looked at another faction, but where do you see it going?
I think the way it's going to go is I've got like a vague plan for about 3,000 points, but with sort of like a very usable 2,000 points. So yeah, kind of what Connor's talking about, I think, of like building, so you have more than you need, but you've got all the key stuff that you'd want to use, and then just probably call it a day with the Tyranids as like in terms of what's in that army. But then playing wise, I know we've sort of joked on here about all doing sort of like a doubles tournament or something at some point, but something like that would be pretty fun. And yeah, just keep it ticking over. Like, I think I quite enjoy like every Thursday just grabbing all my stuff and heading over to Entoyment in Pool, where we can then have a little game against each other. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think in terms of other factions, because I keep thinking, I could build this army, and I'm like, actually, I just think I want to paint a knight or paint like an odd dude. So I might look at just getting the odd bit, painting it up for myself, and then if I really like it, keep it, and if I'm not keen on it, sell it to someone who's looking for that mini, basically.
So
Yeah.
does it bother you? Does it bother you when you lose? Are you kind of, if you lose, you think, right, I'm really going to remember that because next time I want to win. Like I know you only sort of play James, really, don't you? But when you go down to tournament in pool,
Don't think it bothers me when I lose, really. No, because I think it's generally at the moment there is like answers to stuff. So I think if I'm losing, it's because I've done something wrong or I've misjudged my like deployment or something like that. I think if I was turning up playing James every Thursday and he was just wiping me off the board, then I would be like, well, this is shit. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I've picked like the wrong thing, or he's bringing like cheese lists or something like that. But I
To
think
be
because I feel like
fair,
they're generally still good matches,
you had
then
this
yeah,
blip at the
losing is just
start.
like, oh well.
You
Yeah.
had this blip at the start. You were saying, "Oh, I'm not really liking this" and everything like that. You did hit that rope.
yeah, well
You did,
remembered.
and I
Yeah,
smacked you out of
yeah,
it.
You did, yeah.
Yes, it was all Connor. All Connor.
Yeah.
I'm taking 10%.
No, I think it
I'm taking
was
10%.
of all my Warhammer winnings.
Yes.
I think the main thing we discovered there was the second that we brought 2,000 points to a game rather than 1,000 points. The Tyranids just balanced with the Space Marines so much better. They need that big volume of just crap to get in the way and take all the
And
shots.
that's exactly what Connor said at the time. Connor
Don't
said,
stop agreeing with him, Steve. What are you
Yeah, as
doing?
much as it has,
You'd say it, though.
his exact words were, "You're lacking the synergy."
His head can barely fit on the
All
screen.
right, well done. smug face. But no, I think, yeah, in that case, Connor was literally 100% right about that whole thing, which is...
I was also right about the last
Well done,
podcast
Connor.
I was in as well, remember? I said it's old men who won't let new people in the hobby, and that comment section proved it right.
Yeah, we had a lot of anger, didn't we? We had a lot of anger, and I hate to point it out, it also looks like Connor's going to be right about the factions that are going to be featured in 11th edition, but we don't know that for sure yet.
He had
You wanna know
multiple
why
guesses.
You want to
That
know?
doesn't
You want to
count.
know? You want to know why I'm? You want to know why I'm always right at Warhammer? It's because I'm never right about anything else at home. It's the only time I can be right. I can be right in this hobby. Everything else I do is wrong.
I can see Warhammer Widow nodding in the background.
Well, she did say she did give me a thumbs up then.
Oh, did you? Amazing.
So Dan, from what you've just said there, then it's as long as you're competitive with who you're playing with, and it's not an embarrassing loss, like you're happy with that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's, again, going back to another thing Connor has said before, which I think is right, is, yeah,
Look, that little
I think as long as you feel like you're playing the game, then it's fine. Like, because I know Connor specifically mentioned he playing against one player who just, because of the way he played, Connor was basically like stuck in his deployment zone and just reacting the whole time.
Yeah,
And if that was happening to me, I'd be
the
like...
Tyranid player from his club, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And if that was happening to me, I'd be like, oh, I'm not enjoying this. But I feel like so far, I've managed to actually be playing the game and stuff. So, yeah. But I think I mentioned to Connor as well, I'm quite excited to get out and start playing a few other armies. I'm quite intrigued to see, basically what that changes in terms of like how we're playing, or if I'm then going to start seeing like different holes in the army and stuff like that.
You two had each other for like your training wheels, really, didn't you? So you knew each other, you were friends, you knew you could have a good crack, you could play the game. You had training wheels on with each other. Now that you've done that, played that so many times, you can leave the nest and enjoy the whole world and the community around you. That's Atonement and Pool, apparently.
Well,
I need to get down there. This place sounds good.
It's great. It's great. They have another small tournament coming up, the 40k Brawl guys in April, and I'm going to work on Dan because he's good enough to go to the tournament for sure. 100% he is.
Yeah, do it, Dan.
100%.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do
I should
it.
probably give it. I think the only thing is, oh mate, do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I've got a spare futon thing you can stay on, mate.
What's a
There you
futon?
go. You've even got free accommodation, Connor.
What's a futon? I thought it was like a crumb bit of bread, was it? Oh, that's a crouton, isn't it?
That's a crouton.
Sounds a crouton.
Lovely bit of bread.
Oh wow.
It's a sofa you can sleep on, basically.
Ah.
What would you call that up north?
Sofa bed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think the only thing I need to do before joining proper tournaments is I know there's a couple more units I want to get, and then James has been kind enough to let me currently proxy all my Neuro Gods as G Sealers. So it's just a bit more of an investment to get tournament ready. And then I need a proper box to carry the ball around in, which is speaking to Matt's mate about sorting at some point, because they're slowly getting more beat up each time I go to Entoyment in pool with them all in this cardboard box.
Yeah. What about the painting side of it, Dan? Are you sort of pretty happy with where you're at?
But bored of Tyranids. I need a break. I want to try something different. Hence why I'm now also eyeing up the Knight, and I'm like, no, finish the army so you can actually use it before getting all this other crap. Because I've done that in the past, then you just have loads of stuff that you never bother doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so trying to avoid that. But then I was also looking at James's Knight, like, oh yeah, I could just chuck some oils on these, mate. It'd really help.
that Knight you bought, James, I think it looks all right.
Yeah.
I think it looks right. Pictures, was that off eBay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it looks okay.
I think the pictures on the eBay listing were bad, but when I saw pictures of it on the tabletop, I thought,
it did not too bad, yeah.
It looks all right.
Yeah, Dan thought it was all right.
No shame in that.
Talked about the oil and stuff. I didn't really know what he was talking about, but, you know.
You just nodded along.
Like, you really did. He looked really like, oh yeah, we should try that.
To be fair, pictures can be deceiving when you gotta be careful when you buy things, haven't you? Really, they can be.
Yeah.
100%.
Nice.
So we're kind of saying, in some degree or other, that you should focus on your own progress.
Yes.
And not maybe just know what your destination is. Like, be realistic about it. Like,
it's a competitive game, isn't it? You should aim to win, shouldn't you? But it's the way you win that is the issue. That is the bit you need to work on.
Yeah. Well, I think it applies to like the painting, hobbying side as well. Like, you really can't get bogged down in comparing yourself to other people. You've got to be, again, like, realistic about what you want to achieve. Like, I know that realistically, I'm never gonna I would like to enter a high level competition just to see where I'm at, but I'm never gonna win Golden Demon because I can't sit around. I'm not going to be able to find 200 hours to put into a model. Like, it's just not feasible. So there's no point me being aspiring to that at the moment. Because
could you
not like the gaming side of it?
Could you not start it off in January, ready for the next year's Golden Demon, and just work on it throughout the year?
I guess that's the only possible way of doing it, would be to do it just, to enter it in Golden Demon 2030 or something. Yeah, maybe.
But then do you also run the risk of getting halfway through that year and being like, I am so sick of this Space Marine or whatever it is you're painting?
Well, I think that would happen. That would happen regardless. Yeah. Go on, Jane.
I was going to say, do you think for you in that scenario there, do you think there's a small part of you somewhere that would be afraid to put that commitment in, and you'd get to the end of 200 hours, send the model in, and you still maybe only make it through the first round and no further? Do you think there's a bit of you that's afraid that could happen?
Yeah. I think that's a really fair comment.
It's got deep.
Well, and that, it'd be a bit like spending, to reflect it back on you guys. Can you imagine just spending like the next few months, like just hammering out games on Tabletop Simulator, reading everything, like playing loads of practice games, going to a tournament and like losing every game? It'd be a very similar feeling. You just think, where's all that time gone? I do think you could. So I would be worried about that. That would be gutting. Like, if you spent all the time on that model and it didn't place.
Yeah.
The caveat to that, and maybe the caveat of the reflected scenario with you guys, if you played loads, trained loads, and lost games, is that at the end of it, if you had a model that you were really, really, really proud of, and you'd had fun doing it, you should, in theory, I should be able to be happy with that and think, okay, like, I've got this really spectacular model that I'm happy with. Okay, it didn't place, but maybe that's down to the judges on the day or whatever. But it would be that would be a real kick in the groin, wouldn't it? That would be pretty awful.
The thing is, Stephen, you'd be perfect at, if you got your sisters fully done, go into a tournament, like, even if you perform poorly, you'd probably win best painted even.
Thanks.
Like,
Thanks.
you'd have a good
I'd have to finish them first.
I
I did like how Connor there was also like, you'll probably lose.
Well, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Well, to be fair, then James didn't do any prep and went to London and got 2 wins out of it. So I don't bloody know personally. You know, baffles me.
Yeah,
but
I think Matt's in with a good chance of winning
with his
best painted,
Votan, yeah.
isn't he? With his Votan, that they're going to be
I,
great.
sh-
And
I
'cause
should
he's
put I should put my Tau against him just so he loses to himself.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that would be
odd.
nice.
It's just I'm reading out. So the winner is Matt with Connor's Tau.
Yeah. And half of them were painted by other people. What's going on, Matt? Awesome. So, James, do we have who
Yes,
would win?
yes. So, picture the scene. We're on a planet which has been conquered by the orcs, and they have built themselves a Colosseum battle arena where they like to come and watch a bit of sport. But in the arena, there's some burnt out battle wagons, that kind of thing. A few dead bodies scattered around, a few trophies from battles, that kind of stuff. So there's a bit of cover. That's what I'm saying, basically.
A bit like Slough.
Yeah, perhaps. Yes, a few burnt out cars here and there, a few wheelie bins on
like
fire.
Slough.
There's smoke in the air, the smell of the Mars factory drifting in.
Yeah. Except in this case, it's a rendering plant where they're melting down humans into some kind of slop ready for their food, making some leather.
Yeah, the Mars Bar Factory.
Yeah. In walks their captive, and it is a sister Repentia. Let's just take a moment to think about that. Hello, sister. Yeah. Armed with just her massive chainsword, her eviscerator. So she's there, they're all laughing. A gate opens at the other end. It's kind of at twilight, so the light's sort of a little bit dim. You know, it's not dark, it's a little bit dim. And in run 6 grots armed with daggers, who immediately bounce out and go and hide behind cover. Who would win?
So, just to get this straight, 6 grots with daggers against a sister Repentia. So that's is that the flagellants, or is that just a normal sister battle?
No, no, it's they're the ones that got the big sort of double-handed chainsword.
Like scantily clad.
No armor on. Yeah.
So the fanatics,
You've
but I've got it now. Yeah. So it's her with a double-handed chainsword versus 5 grots with daggers.
Correct. Yeah, I don't know much about the grots.
In what planet is that sister not winning?
Because I believe James said the Grots all came out and sort of like went and scampered into all the burnt out wrecks and things. So she's just wandering around at night. All they need to do is one jumps on her back and stabs her.
Yeah.
There's lots of
they're
grots.
not
gotta win.
armored.
Yeah.
It's not an open arena. It's full of cover.
So it's
Connor's
Have
line's made up.
have they got ranged weapons at all?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen it. I saw 2 sisters take out an entire chaos cult on Warhammer TV last week in an animated movie. And you're telling me one sister Repentia can't kill 5 grots?
Yeah, but were they shooting those chaos
All right, well,
cultists?
how many grots do you think it would take to get to be competitive, Connor?
You pulled out 30 grots with guns as well, then I'd give it the grots. But you put 5 with daggers. Not a chance. Not a chance. This is not Warhammer
I'm not
Fantasy.
so
These
sure.
aren't the little goblin night runners. This is not fantasy. This is 40k. Not a chance.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
going through my codex here to cast some more.
I'm telling you, Situ
light on things.
Repentia can absolutely destroy him. Absolutely wreck him.
I mean, they're pretty badass, aren't they? The Repentia squad.
Yeah.
I think I've got to play devil's advocate here and
Here we
go with Grots. Because all it takes is her to just be looking in the wrong direction. one of them like sort of gets her in the ankle. She goes down. Achilles' heel is cut. The rest of them just all scuttle out. Yeah, she'll probably kill like 4 of them, but then she'll just be dead.
Yes, but they're armoured in faith, aren't they? So
Yeah, charge across the battlefield, filled with the need for atonement for past misdeeds, howling prayers and litanies, overseen by a stern taskmaster who wouldn't be there. They exist only to slaughter the enemies of the Emperor, rushing forward without heed for their own safety.
So to be honest with you, let's put it this way: it's like a Slayer, but it's a sister instead. Would a Slayer kill 5 Grots? Yes. Would a sister kill 5 slots? Yes. Easy.
I agree.
I
If the
thought
5 Grots,
Penitent
Fine.
Eviscerator is pretty...
I would agree if the
I
5
mean,
Grots were just
I
walking
think it's
towards her,
pretty...
but they're not. At some point, there's going to be
They're quite
3
good.
behind
Like,
her.
they are
A couple to
female
the
space
side
marines,
and one in
basically, aren't
front.
they? They are the closest thing you're ever going to get to female space marines.
Yeah, well,
Well,
they're
never say
still
never,
a
Connor.
normal human being. They're not 8-foot-tall superhumans.
Yeah, they're not augmented in any way, are they?
But they have miracles, don't? That's the whole idea. They're like an orc. If they believe it, it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might as well bring Bretonia at this point. They get blessed and shit, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, my money is definitely on the sister, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely on the sister.
I think she would then be done with them and she'd start going into the crowd.
After the war boss.
The orcs would love that, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
They would, yeah.
Are you not entertained?
They will just run straight down her.
If you put a killer cannon there, that'd be interesting, James. You put a killer cannon there, oh, that'd be spicy.
I think you're bigging them up a little bit too much. You know, this is just one girl that's good at CrossFit with a big sword.
Yeah, and no armor,
No
basically.
armor. I think
What about
she
this
would
scenario? Let's amend James's.
I think she would win.
Well,
as well.
let's say this then. So it's like a computer game, or it's like imagine Space Invaders, right? So she stood there. First wave 1 grot, second wave 2 grots, 3 grots, 4. Like, at what point do we think she starts failing and getting tired?
20 Grots at once. I reckon that'll do her.
4 then.
So oh god, yeah, I reckon before 20. I reckon because by the time she gets to say 10 grots coming in, it means she's killed 1 grot and then 2 grots and then 3 grots and 4 grots and then another 5 grots and then another 6 grots. And
So that was amazing, though. It's like she would have killed
many grots.
Yeah, lots of
Lots and lots of
because I was like trying to do the same thing, just couldn't.
The maths wasn't mathing there.
No.
Yeah,
I'd say 15 to 20.
Yeah, 15 to 20 I'd go with, yeah.
If it's like open thing, they're just running towards her, 15 or 20.
right.
If they're in the twilight, what did you call it? The nighttime burnt out parking lot. Yeah, probably need quite a few less.
That sounds like a great opening chapter for a novel, doesn't it? How good does that? And James, I think you should go and write that. You sounded like you were really there, like I could smell it.
To be fair, I can imagine James's picture on the back of a black library novel as an author.
Yes.
He fits that. That. He's got his dog in his arm as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Proper author's picture.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And my a pipe as well.
He's opening the vodka.
Yeah.
He's got
Yes.
Nice. Yeah,
you
definitely
gotta
with the
have a
pipe.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, thanks very much for that. I reckon probably about by wave 10 she's done. I reckon.
Yeah.
I think
But
by wave 10
when she
she's
gets
definitely
taken
dead.
out. Yeah, but then she put her hands together. She's then just risen up by the Emperor, and she probably takes out another 10, right?
To be fair, yeah. All I'm saying is, right, if she gets lucky and becomes a martyr, then you get this like Celestine will magically pop out, and that's going to take more than a couple of waves of Grots to kill.
Yeah, and then we're all in trouble.
Yeah.
Righty ho. Well, I think that's it from us this week. Where can we find everyone? Connor, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Collins Cadre Command. You can also find me at rogueminiatures.co.uk.
Yay, you got it!
Yes, on the blog there as well. So there you go. I got it right. It took 18 episodes, everybody. 18 episodes. So I finally put that.
Nice. You got there. Your blog followers are just bereft. They're wondering.
I know
wondering what's
it is
going on.
it is in the pipe work. It will happen. I've been focusing more on the Instagram than the blog, and it's outrageous. I know. You need to forgive me.
Yeah. James, what about you?
I'm on Instagram, blasted.miniatures.james. You can follow my antics there.
Nice. And Dan, how's the TikTok going?
It's going. But
It's
yeah, you
going.
can find me there at Grimdan on TikTok. Mainly sort of clips, the best bits, obviously, from the podcast. A few like army shots and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you've got any questions for us or any Grimdark Would You Rather suggestions, you can email them into studio@rogue-miniatures.co.uk. If you're a fan of battle reports and you haven't already found Daily Dice, please go and check them out. They do regular reports with some really awesome looking armies, and hopefully at some point Connor's army will be featuring on there.
It should be, yes.
Yeah. Have you set a date yet?
Yes, it's hang on, there's messages. It's in hang on. April.
Nice. Awesome. That's it from us this week. Thanks very much. See you later.
Thanks
See
for
you later,
listening.
everyone.
Ta-ra.
Rogue transmission ending.